the last question on 2015 will definitely not be a part of our exam, so don't stress over this problem at all. But interface is no longer tested, and in part A they had to write an interface, these kids. So an interface is actually real easy to write. It's just I never taught it to you. So the interface that I wrote for part A is just 2 lines of code. Instead of saying class, you say interface, and then interfaces can't have constructors. All you do is just name the method and its return type and its arguments. And so Boolean contains, it accepts an int. And that was actually all they could write. So trying to write anything else is just going to mess it up. Part B, they had to write a range class. We're not going to have to write a complete class. We'll never have to write the word implements any longer. They removed this from all AP testing, not just 2020. So this is not a big deal. So a range had 2 parameters, an int A and B here that filled min and max. And then the contains method just verified if value was somewhere in between the min and the max. Okay, the 2 extremes, the 2 values handed to the constructor. But let's pick up the problem in part C, because this actually is a little bit applicable to us. Okay, so we may have to write an array list that works in connection with some sort of user-defined class. So think of the user-defined class here as a number group. A number group has a contains method, and so if you give it a number and you call contains on it, it'll tell you true or false. So if we look at these number groups, they're in an array list, and so we don't really know what the number groups are in there or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But does one of them contain the value handed to it? Just could be any of them. Okay, so if any of the number groups in group list contain the value handed to it, you say true. If none of them do, then you say false. So this is something that we could see. So again, there's like a user-defined class here. It's called number group. We know that it's got a method called contains. The number groups have been put into an array list. Can we walk our way through that array list? Can we traverse it and find our way to one that contains the value? So the easiest way to do this would be with an enhanced loop. Hand me a number group. Okay, I'll call it NG for short, from the group list. I know that all number groups have a contains method. So if the number group that I got from the array list contains, because I know that's a legal method call, the number that was the guess int num, the argument here, if that turns out to be true, I'll return true. I will not consider returning false until I've let the loop completely exhaust itself, right? Don't consider returning false until the very end. If we've gone through the entire loop and we've never decided to return true, then we'll say false. And I just handed it the same 3 examples that were in the previous example, the one that was on there. So true, false, true. So 296, true, false, true, and yeah, looks good, matches theirs. Okay. So anyway, by the way, I did change a few things here. I don't know if you had tried this problem prior to me posting this help video, but I changed something here to make it a little bit more accessible, and I put in like an extra helper method that wasn't included on the exam, but and I'll update that on the Replit link. So if you had tried it previous to me posting this video, it may not have worked for you.